I'm always amazed at how, and maybe you'll touch on this later in one of the 32 bullets, but people that will go out and spend 10, 20, $30,000 to record an album and then don't set aside even $50 for marketing, any form of marketing. And then they think that they're just going to put out this record, and as if by magic, one person's going to hear about it, or two people, or five people, their friends, their family, and they're going to tell everybody they know and spend all their time and go out of their way to go viral with this thing, and it's just going to take off. That happens about once every 10 years, and only by an act of God, I'm convinced. Am I crazy that things go viral on their own exceedingly rarely?
Well, definitely we do hear of things, and the one or two people or three people or 10 people that we hear about, we amplify and we look at those as the examples. We say, hey, look at Little Nas X. He sat in his bedroom or his sister's bedroom and wrote a song that blew up, and look at him. So I could do it too. It's always that exception that sort of fuels our fire. But it really is, when you look at the stats. I mean, it's still, even in this day of bedroom artists, it's still very rare. So I think it's kind of like sitting around waiting to win the lottery is not really a strategy.
I agree, and that's about probably the same odds as winning the lottery.
Exactly, absolutely.
And it breaks my heart because I actually, maybe 20 times in my life, I've purchased a lottery ticket, and I know I'm basically lighting a match to the money, but it breaks my heart when I go to the gas station and I see people that are probably blue collar. Well, I can tell they're painters and laborers. I can tell by how they're dressed. And they go in there and buy a 6-pack or 2 of beer and buy lottery tickets. And I'm thinking, do they not know the odds? I guess there's always hope and one can dream. It's not like I've never purchased them myself, but they've got to know that the odds are like 1 in 25 million or something ridiculous, yet they still do it. So I guess it's not surprising that people hope that their song will be the one, or their career will be the one thing that blows up.
Yeah, and like as you and me both say, hope is not a strategy.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with with buying a $1 lotto ticket or something like that. But just as long as that's not your only strategy, you know what I mean? Like it's not, as long as you're saying, boom, this is going to be it. I just know it. And you're one step away from poverty. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, put a feeler out there. Why not? But definitely don't put all your eggs in that basket. There's so much more to this. But you're so right, Michael. People go off and they spend a lot of time making a record, and then they just kind of slap it out there, and then they get disappointed when it's not successful. They spend $20,000 to make it, and and they have zero patience when it comes to marketing it or advertising or paying any money, and that's the disadvantage.